Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Colorado favorite. Left Hand Brewing was established, I believe, in 1993. I'm going to check the can here real quick again. Yeah, 1993 is when Left Hand Brewing came into existence. And I actually had this beer at the Lee's Beer Experience back in May, and I really don't remember it very well. But it is the Death Before Disco Porter from Left Hand Brewing out of Colorado. Where in Colorado exactly? It says on the banks of the mighty St. Vrain. Not exactly certain where in Colorado that is, but Longmount. Okay, so mountain country, that's for sure. Once again, not once again, but I do want to show you, those of you who are unaware, let me see if I can get this just right. Okay, see this right here, where it says Brewers Association, Independent Craft? That's how you know you've got an actual craft beer. And very recently, I think it was the guy from Coors, wrote, this letter, open letter of, gee, how come we don't get to be called independent craft brewers? I'm like, well, because you're corporate. Anyway, so that's if you see that, then you know that you've actually got a craft brewery on your hands. Um, Now a little bit about the Death Before Disco Porter. I paid $1.99 for this 12-ounce can, which has a 6.0 ABV and 24 IBUs. Typically, American porters, come in between 4.8 and 6.5% ABV and 25 to 50 IBUs. So this is actually slightly low for the IBU count, but about what you'd expect it to be for the ABV. Only one of my friends on Untappd has reviewed this so far. He gave it a 4.25. Inspected draft. 2,227 of us have given it a cumulative score of 3.76. I don't think this beer has been around very long. In fact, this can is 5 months before it expires, so I think this is fairly new. Beer Advocate, it received a 3.87 among 22 reviews, making it a very good. And Rate Beer gave it a 3.58 out of 5. All of these are out of 5, by the way. A few characteristics of porter: dark malt aroma, often with light burnt character, hop aroma, low to high. Medium brown to very dark brown, ruby highlights optional, tan head with good retention, moderately strong malt flavor, medium to high bitterness, chocolate and coffee optional, medium carbonation, medium to medium high mouthfeel, less strong and assertive than US. Oh, okay. Oh yes, less strong and assertive than U.S. stouts is what BJCP said. Now I did a little research on porters, discovered that they originated in the early 18th century in London. They gained such popularity with stevedores and porters at the docks by 1721. This beer was simply called porter. Its ability to age beautifully in the barrel that secured its fame. And in 1790, it represented a third of all the beer that was drank in Ireland. So, popular variety. And I'm going to be using my Porter Stout pint glass that Nancy got me from my beer set for Christmas. Let's crack this bad boy open. Alrighty, see what color this pours. And that's pouring a very dark brown. And there is that tan head, as they mentioned, which should have at least medium retention, perhaps even good. I'm not seeing a lot of carbonation in this. I'm going to describe this as medium-low, actually. Teeny tiny little bubbles. The color you're seeing on the camera is about the same color as the beer and the head, actually. You're seeing a pretty close to true color. The head is dissipating, but very slowly, so this head's probably going to be there for a bit. I do not see, as I hold it up to sunlight, I still don't see any sort of ruby notes, which are optional. It doesn't have to be. And it could be anywhere from very dark brown to just flat out black for a porter. So as I bring this to the nose, I'm getting lots of dark malt. I'm even getting chocolate. Just a slightest bit of alcohol is what I'm smelling. Mostly chocolate, actually, chocolate and dark malt. As you can see, that head's still retaining. So I'm going to go ahead and dig in. Cheers. Okay, I'm going to say about a medium, maybe even medium-low mouthfeel. Not a lot of spikiness to it. No alcohol burn. Very roasty, which is what you'd expect of a porter, to be very roasty and even a little caramely. I'm going to show you the lacing on this. If I can get, there we go. There we go. Yeah, very strong, very nice lacing. Um, Roasted malts create a full body classic with rich chocolate malt and dark berry notes. I'm not getting so much of the dark berry notes. Ingredients: Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, hops, yeast. Not a whole lot of hoppiness to this. In fact, I'm going to say that there's basically no hoppy bitterness, but it is roasty and it's chocolatey, and it's actually a pretty good beer. I think it deserves I'd say a 4.0, and with it being in a can, it's going to get a 4.25 from me on Untapped. Um, but yeah, this is a pretty good beer. I will say I've had better porters, but this is not watery at all. This has a full body. I could go with a little bit more flavor though, a little bit more taste. But all in all, this is a good beer, and it does deserve the 4.0. I'm sorry, the 4.25 that I am going to give it, since comes in a can. And so I'm going to recommend this beer, especially for those who are fans of porters. Um, I myself am starting to develop a taste for porters. I'm liking the brown ales a lot lately. So brown ales, porters, stouts. I've always liked stouts, but I'm kind of pushing away from those a bit to get into the more brown than the stouts. Porters were actually known, according to my beer atlas, for their ability to age well in the barrel. So that's why these became beloved, because, as you can well imagine, in the 18th century, there wasn't no refrigeration, and if your beer actually did well in a barrel, improved, pardon me, considering everything was transported by horse or ship, and it took a long time to get there, find out that you had a better beer than when you started with, hey, everybody likes that. So, until next time, drink good beer, don't break the bank doing it, and cheers.